All right, what are the types of variables? What is variables? We have talked about two variables, that were dependent variables and independent variables. So there we have taken a lot of examples. Still, we just go through it. Variables are what? They are the qualities or the properties or the characteristic of a person or thing or situation that will change or vary. Might be dependent, will be name is suggesting it is dependent on independent variable. So it will have a variation only because if independent variable is being manipulated. But still it is not able to being subscribed that that independent variables are all the time manipulated. Right, so let's have a look towards it. Independent and dependent variables. So these are two variables that are interrelated. Okay, so mainly observed in correlational studies. So definitely if they are having two relationships, so that will be affected and they will be having a kind of relationship. That's why we are saying that it is being part of study in the correlational set. So both of these are being able to have a kind of relationship. So independent variables are what? They are the stimulus. For example, just take junk food is affecting your health and it is leading to obesity. So junk food is what? Independent variable. It is a stimulus or the activity which is being manipulated or varied by the researcher. So one of you person is taking lot of junk food and since this lockdown period or 4 months period, you have gained a lot of weight. So I have to control over that. I can manipulate that. So I will tell you that no, you cannot take this junk food and you are being restricted for 1 month. You are being put on diet. You are being restricted with the junk food. So I have manipulated what? Junk food means that was independent variable which I am altering, I am manipulating. But in case of dependent variable, it cannot be manipulated, but it has a dependency on the independent variable. So independent variable is what? It is the outcome or response due to the effect of independent variable. Means obesity will be varied. Means the weight will vary or if I have manipulated that independent variable, that was junk food. So this was just an illustration. I have given you an example that independent variables can be variated, we can manipulate it and make the things effective on the dependent variable. So even you can see that the dependent variables definition, it is a phenomenon in the hypothesis that in the experimental study to test the hypothesis is not manipulated. So dependent variable is manipulated? No, it is not manipulated, but the independent is variated, but it is accepted as it occurs. Obesity is there, I have accepted, but to change it, I have to see the impact or the factor which is affecting it. So I will try to manipulate it. So it is representing the effect, it is representing the influence, and it is representing the outcome of what? Due to the independent variable. Okay, so it is a very clear structure that there is a relationship between the independent and dependent variable. If there is any kind of variation in the independent, that will impact on dependent variable. So very clear picture of independent, just go through. It is a phenomenon in the hypothesis and that is in the experimental study to test the hypothesis. It is not manipulated by the investigator. It is also represent the cause or the stimulus. Keep this second one in the mind. It is a stimulus which is triggering the variable, which is an experimental variable. The treatment or the predictor or input or manipulation means if you are giving any kind of treatment to a person. Taken another example, we were taking of a ventilator associated pneumonia, a person is there, so we are giving what? We are giving chlorhexidine mouthwash every 4 hourly. So that 4 hourly intervention is what? Your independent variable. So if I am giving continuously and periodically that kind of treatment, then that dependent variable means ventilator associated pneumonia will be suppressed, will be affected by that. So mouthwash in an independent variable and the ventilator associated pneumonia is dependent variable. Is that clear to you? Next is what? Confounding variables. Now what is that confounding variables? It will affect both the independent and dependent variables. Okay, it will have something, it will cause a superior association, means therefore it cannot be described in term of correlations. Might be these two things, both of them are getting affected by that confounding variable, so both of that cannot have a correlation, because independent was having a relation with the dependent, I was getting affected by the independent variable, that's why dependent was being like affected, but manipulation was there at that time only on that independent, but here in confounding variables both of these are being affected. Okay, so in case you are using any kind of placebo therapy, in case example we cannot say that the lack of exercise is only the leading cause for obesity. I had even given the example of junk food, so I cannot predict that only the lack of exercise is the problem with the like person, but the other things are also problem to raise the obesity. So therefore, in order to give a true picture of cause and effect, possible confounding variables may be considered either the planning stage or while doing the data analysis. So you can be affected by that. So any other then these are the background variables. This is again the study of the background. You can say them as a demographic variables. What is demographic variables? Demographic variables is person's information. I said that the BSc students are much smarter than the students of A&M. They are quite presentative than the A&M students. So your qualification is what BSc nursing. So that is your personal information that was being included in the demographic variables. You are at the age of 22 to 25 years old children who are able to cope up with the nursing field, but the student of 10 to 15 years is not able to cope up with the nursing field or science field. So that is what again age, gender, qualification, then people who are staying in the urban or rural area, that is place or settings, all these are included in the demographic variables, so definitely it will keep an effect. I am taking an example that I can take care of the person undergoing cardiac arrest. I am qualified as a licensed practitioner of CPR. So that is what again a demographic. I have undergone a licensed examination of American Heart Association. So in that case, the background is included. That is keeping an effect on the dependent variable. So this is what the demographic variable is. Next will be research variable. Okay, if we are describing a descriptive, exploratory or comparative studies or qualitative research designs, so we are having the variables that are being observed and measured in natural settings. You might not manipulate it. Okay, so above we have seen that we were manipulating, but here you cannot manipulate as we have seen. So there will be no cause or no effect relationship. If you are not having any kind of variation in your variables, you are not manipulating them, then you do not have to wait for the cause and relationship. Therefore, the research variables can be defined as what? It is the qualities or attributes or the properties or the characteristics which are being observed or measured in the natural setting without manipulations. Okay, so just take an example. Let us a factor it is contributing towards the sleep disturbance among the patient admitted in the intensive care unit. Okay, just we have taken an example that sleep factor which was affecting the person in the who is being hospitalized, and it is being just observed. I will not manipulate something to alter their sleep disturbance. Okay, so in that case, how can I help it out? I will just observe it. Why? What is the reason that the sleep disturbance is there? Due to the hospitalization, anxiety, or something. But I'm not doing any kind of intervention over here. I'm not manipulating. Okay, so this is what your research variables is. Fine. So we have seen the various kind of research variables, and we have seen that assumption. I had differentiated what is assumption. I am having a prediction that yes, God is existing. It may be, it may be not, maybe. I have three things in my mind, but I'm not having a clear picture of that. So in hypothesis, what I had done was I am proving something. But in assumption are the statement which is the basic principle or the fact that are established and are universally accepted. Yeah, the God is there. We haven't proved it. We have not proved it logically, and we have not kept any kind of reasoning beside that. Without verification, without any proof, I am just doing it. No scientific evidence is there. Assumption is also influence the logic of the research study, the development of research process and implementation of research finding. So I can say that without any evidence, I am just justifying a statement that yes, my students are knowledgeable enough, but I have not taken any kind of test. It was just my assumptions. Okay, so you have to be very careful in predicting that is it the correct way or not. But in our study or research hypothesis, you have to prove it. We have seen that there is kind of influence in the logical and the research study due to this assumptions, but we have to prove in the hypothesis. Let's take an example. Increased health knowledge will improve the healthcare practices. I am having an example that yes, I am having the knowledge of CPR. I know the basic life support, but this is my evidence that this may improve the healthcare practices. But on the same hand, I'm finding that mortality rate still is there in the patient going cardiac arrest. Because the reason was what? CPR was being known, that I'm having a health knowledge. I am knowing the basic intervention about that. But it was not the CAB sequence, it was the ABC sequence. So the mortality rates were still high. Even the qualified personnel contribute to quality work. No, it's not been proved. It is not having an evidence. Many qualified people just sit idle and they do not give any kind of output. Degrees are there, but they are not having any kind of efficient things. We have limitations. What are limitations in the study? Limitation are certain kind of restriction. For example, I have included only the third year BSc nursing in the study of CPR, but the other people like second year BSc, GNM are not being included. So it will reduce my credibility of my research findings. Okay, because even second year BSc, they have undergone the training of CPR. They have undergone the seminars of CPR. So they will create a weak point in my study. So these are the limitations. And restricting to only some of the people, like only 50 samples I am taking in my study. So this is again what my limitations. Cardiac patients I am taking, but I am only taking the cardiac patient of myocardial ischemia. I am not undertaking the valvular disorders, I am not taking the infectious cardiac disorders. So my findings will be limited or restricted to certain place. So this is what the limitation, and limitations are caused by what? Unrepresentative samples or improper research setting, inaccurate data collection tool, and inappropriate statistical analysis. Definitely, if I am just studying on a BSc third year students about CPR, so how can I suggest that the knowledge are quite high, they are highly qualified in CPR? Even the second year students might have moderate knowledge. Okay, so if I'm segregating the knowledge in three parts, that below average, average, and very good. Okay, but I have already limited to third year BSc students, so they were already undergone the training, and they will give and they will prove me that they are highly knowledgeable. And I will put a result that the students are having high knowledge in the particular subject. So that will be not usable, not worthy. So limitations are causing the bias in my study. So it is necessary to recognize the limitations of the research study, which might influence the research result. So I said that knowledge is there. We have a segregation of knowledge in nursing students, that they are below average, they are average students, and they are totally poor students are highly like knowledgeable students. So I have certain parts in my study that I have segregated the result part, but I am not getting a proper result because I have taken only the samples of highly knowledgeable. So that will again affect my study things. So this was what about the research problems and anything. If I am again taking the revision of the research variables, when we are having a research variable, we again have the extraneous variable. What is this extraneous variable? For example, I have said that the obesity is being caused because of junk food, but I am not aware that something else like hormonal imbalance is also affecting the study, and that is the obesity is responsible because of the hormonal variation. Even though after I have stopped the junk food intake, the patient is still obese. So that means extraneous variables are affecting the patient. That was genetic influences there. So these are considered as extraneous variables. So variables are really very important to consider in our study. Okay, so another thing will be operational definitions you will take in your study. What are operational definitions? For example, I am having a setting. So the setting means PHC, primary health centers. So what is primary health centers? So we have a clear-cut picture that primary health centers are the centers we are getting the primary treatment or the basic treatment initiated to the patient undergo advanced critical stages. We are just trying to give the basic care to the patient, and that is being cured on local hospital settings or village levels. But in my study, I have taken selected PHC, primary health centers, of what place? Just Anand district. I have taken 5 PHCs. That means my definitions will be the primary centers will be only 5 which are being situated in the Anand. So I have a variation. Then again CPR. If I am taking a CPR, then what is my studies including? I will go through the study of cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which is the advanced protocol created by the American Heart Association. That is my definition related to my study. So in operational definitions, you will include all these things that is included in your study. It should be related to your study. You do not have to give the basic or the bookish language definitions. Okay, so this is regarding the operational definitions. So hope the results of these variables you are clear with. So all the different types of variables you have studied.